All right, what's going down, everybody? Junior here. Welcome back to the Halo Lowdown. Got an interview today with Snakes Solstice. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Feeling a lot better. Sorry to everybody who was looking forward to this earlier on in the week. Wasn't feeling the best, so now we're back, 100%. Snakes
Ready to go.
Solstice is ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do this, right?
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to introduce yourself just to do quick introduction here?
All right. So gamer tag is Snake Solstice. Real name is Jacob Robinson. What do you want to know? I mean, I've been around the Halo scene for a decent amount of time. I've been playing since Halo 2. Got it with the Xbox, of course, in like 2004. Played Halo 3. I started the competitive scene kind of, I'd say, V3 of Halo 3, but never really got into good teams until like probably V6 or so. But I was on game battles a lot, went to a few LANs, but never had the ability to go to a tournament because either I thought the teams weren't good, we never like stayed together long enough or something like that, or never really got the opportunity to fly out or drive out there because I was so young. And then Reach came around, kind of got out of the scene a little bit, played, followed, but didn't really get really active into it. Then Halo 4 came around, and I kind of just said, you know what, why not give it a shot? And so I started attending AGL tournaments, and guess kind of now I'm here. So
Nice. It's a pretty good wrap up. So your gamer tag is Snake Solstice. Where did you think of that?
okay, so I've only had 3 gamer tags my entire out of the 8 years I've been playing Xbox. The first one, kind of weird, but it was Snake9212, kind of just a random name, because how old I was and what month I was born. And then I changed it to Halo 3. I changed it to Ivy Snake VI just because I wanted to keep the snake, and the original snake was taken, so I kind of just threw some stuff in the front and back. And then end of Reach, near the end of Reach, people were telling me to come with like an OG gamer tag or something like that, so people could notice me. So I kind of literally, me and my friend sat in our lobby for about 2 hours, just throwing out names. We were just throwing stuff around, seeing what we can come up with, while we were playing some customs in Reach. And then that just came out of nowhere. I was just thinking randomly about, because I'm pretty big. Looking at the stars and stuff like that. It's kind of fun for me, astronomy. But
Okay.
so I just thought of a solstice, and then I just put snake solstice in front of it, and just kind of just worked. And the funny thing is that it's full characters too. So it's that one more would have put me over the limit as well. So which is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, definitely. So it just kind of like
Yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, and then I just
all
kind
together.
of went with it. And then the funny thing is a lot of people can't pronounce it right the first time they see it. Like the
I
quick
totally
second.
know.
Yeah, they're like Snake Solstice, and then it's really, really quick, and people notice like, oh wait a minute, that's not Solstice, that's Solstice. And then like a lot of people don't recognize it, and unless they take a second glance, which is kind of funny about it. So
I think I called you Snake Solstice for about 2 months.
Yep.
And then
that's the first thing at the first AGL event. Like a lot of people were calling me Snake Solstice, and then they actually looked at the gamer tag closely and started calling me Solstice. So I think I have one of the most complex gamer tags that people mispronounce the most so far.
Did you like call them out? You correct them, or did you wait for them to like?
No, like I did. I kind of just waited for them a little bit. And then sometimes I corrected them, but I didn't. Correcting people on that is just kind of like I don't want to point them out that they're completely wrong.
Yeah,
but
be like,
at the same
don't
time,
you know it's Snake Solstice.
I'm I don't know. Over the course of the last few months, though, people are starting to realize that it's my gamer tag and like what I would go by. So people are recognizing it a little bit more and not screwing it up as much. So, which is nice.
Very cool. Very cool. So you are a streamer, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been streaming for?
Actually, since 2009, I believe. I think it was late 2009, early 2010. I started off with Halo 3 with it was like some crappy capture card that I don't even remember that. It's like a Blitzbox HD, I think. It was like an external capture card, kind of like the Dazzle, but it didn't really work out very well. And I streamed on and off Halo 3. I was watching Absolutely, Chronic, a lot of the old streamers that were around on Justin.tv during that time. And I would stream on and off, but I would have streamed more if I would have realized what streaming turned into.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
which is unfortunate, but yeah, I've been streaming for a very long time. Been around streaming for quite a while. So I stream on and off as much as I can because being in college, I don't have as much time, but yeah.
Very cool. Okay. So who's your favorite streamer other than me, of course?
Oh, other than
Uh,
you, to be honest with you, I mean, all the pro streams are really entertaining to watch. I mean, a lot of the pro scrims, I don't really have one favorite in particular, but just watching the Halo streams in general, watching scrims are probably the most entertaining part of like watching Halo 4 on Twitch.
okay.
So,
So what was the main motivation for you to start streaming?
get my name out there. That was literally the first thing that pops in my mind while streaming, like getting my name out there and kind of just showing almost something to prove. Even though I couldn't go out to tournaments sometimes and I couldn't find good enough people to try to team with, I wanted to like show people that I was at least decent online, even though it
Yeah.
wasn't the same as LAN because Halo 3, online was pretty crappy. But just to show people, I mean, just to get my name out there as much as I could. So.
All right, I got you. So you mentioned about going to some AGL events. What's the best placing you've gotten at an AGL or MLG event?
I didn't. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend any MLG events. Hopefully they'll pick Halo back up, and I'll get to attend because after watching it for so many years and not choosing to attend one, I really still wanted to try to attend one. But
Definitely.
AGL event, I went to AGL New Jersey, which we placed. I think it was seventh. Pretty sure if I remember correctly. That tournament kind of blocked out of my mind a little bit. And then Nashville, we placed 9 through 12. So with 4 days of practice, which was really for me at least, I thought we did really well. I didn't play my best. I was kind of distracted that weekend a little bit, but I still think we did really well that tournament.
Okay. So who all have you teamed up with so far?
My first team was me, Drake, Big Daddy J, and World Famous. And then my second team for Nashville was James Arbin, and then Marcus Alumnite, and our fourth was Kazats.
Nice. All right. So do you think that had you guys had more practice, you guys would have done a lot better?
Yeah.
Because that seems like a really stacked team, like all of those members, like I've heard of, and that's stacked for me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, more practice is the better. And I think we weren't as comfortable with each other. Like, at least I wasn't at some points. Like, usually I flow off my team a lot. I like to do, especially if like flanking is a huge thing that I usually do in a lot of games. I like to get behind the team as much as possible. And sometimes I just didn't know where everyone was. And, Marcus would get frustrated. We would all get kind of frustrated and kind of just throw off our gameplay sometimes. So maybe another week or two of practice would have really helped us. But with 4 days, we did as best as we could almost. So.
All right. So are you currently still on that team?
No, we all kind of went our separate ways. We're still friends, but Marcus, I think our alumni is with, I think he's with his old pro squad right now with Strongside, Dursky, and his brother, Hoaxer.
Okay.
And then James, I'm not sure what James is up to. He's been jumping around different teams, trying to find someone for Pittsburgh. And then Kazats, I'm not sure if he's even looking to go to Pittsburgh/Knoxville or UMG. So.
Okay. I mean, that's too bad.
Yeah, I mean
you guys had a lot of potential, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with that, but like at the same time, we were kind of disappointed, and then Marcus was the last second pickup, and he's been around the scene for a very long time, and he's placed pro and whatnot. So, and then we did okay, but we didn't do amazing. So we could have definitely improved in some aspects, but you kind of understand when he wants to go team with like other people that are veterans and like won national championships and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, just so you guys know, you were my underdogs to go the farthest.
Go the farthest.
I didn't know you guys hadn't practiced like really at all, but
it was only like 4 days or so. So which was the entire team too. It wasn't like it was literally the entire team. It wasn't like two of us had been practicing for like 3 months or something like that. It was the entire team that was 4 days. So which was pretty nice.
So are you currently looking for a team?
Yes. I mean, right now, most likely I'm doing stuff with Big Daddy J or Jordan for a little bit. We're kind of just like playing around, see if we can find people, or if he finds a team, then I find a team, we go our separate ways. But we're kind of just looking for people right now. But we're not going to Pitt. I'm not going to Pitt. I'm kind of taking the tournament off a little bit.
A lot of people are. So.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna kind of observe it for one tournament. and then try to go to AGL Knoxville and UMG together. So side by side, hopefully with the same team. So 2 weeks apart, get a good land in. Say if we mess up a little bit at Knoxville, we have a chance to redeem ourselves 2 weeks later at UMG or whatnot. So I'm hopefully I can find a team that will stick together for a very long time. Because same thing with New Jersey, we picked up a guy literally 4 days before the tournament. So this last minute pickup thing, I'm kind of done with. Hopefully, I can find a team that will practice for like 2 months and stay together. So
Yeah. Do you guys have any potentials or people you're trying out or?
not really. I think we're just kind of waiting after Pitt and like kind of see where everyone goes and like, everyone separates from the teams because as you know, Adventure Time split up as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard of that, but they were and we thought they were going to be a set team. Everyone thought they were going to go like for four at least 4 or 5 more tournaments and not change at all.
Yeah.
But things happen, and we're just looking for other people to see after Pitt and see how people do and see if any teams open up.
All right, nice. So, looking back to MLG, who's your favorite MLG team?
Favorite MLG team of all time? Is that
Yeah.
what we're kind of going out here?
Yeah.
Any Halo? We're talking about any Halo kind of thing?
Yep, just any. I mean, you want to throw out Team 3D like from
Team 3D,
one-
yeah. I mean, I am a big Final Boss fan. That was like, especially for Halo 2. I'm not as much. I mean, somewhat Halo 3, but the original Halo 2 Final Boss when Strongest I got on the team was kind of like my go-to because that was when I first started watching and following it, and I kind of just everyone was kind of a big fan of Final Boss, and I don't know, I just kind of enjoyed watching them. It seemed like all like great guys really, and they had dedication, and yeah, I mean you couldn't really beat them, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy to watch them and see that how much domination they had in most of the tournaments. So
yeah, I totally agree. That's like one of my favorites too. Actually, that's where I got my name from, so I had to show the shirt, But yeah, so your favorite MLG pro, does it come from that Final Boss team, or does it come from another era? Or
to be honest with you, I don't really have one favorite pro. To be honest with you, I mean, I've always liked different people on different teams. I mean, there's always like that one person that like kind of shines, and like I'll always kind of root for the underdog. To be honest with you, like anyone that comes up out of nowhere, like Pistola did, kind of like in early Halo 3 days.
yeah,
Then like Instinct form and stuff like that. Like I kind of root for almost for the underdog, almost. So I don't really have like a favorite top pro that are always placing.
yeah.
So usually I stuck with a team or like a pair or something like that. But I mean, I really just didn't follow one guy. I tried to follow everyone and see like how everyone was doing. So
Nice. Okay. So do you have a favorite MLG moment? Like,
favorite MLG. Okay, I think it was MLG moment. I mean, it was the one of my one. Okay, so I remember watching this or actually rewatching it too. It was a match. I think it was BTH versus I forget who they were facing. I know it was the one. It was the point. You can watch there's a video of it. There's a recap video that shows like the best like moments like of like Halo 2, Halo 3 days, and it was when Clutch had the ball bottom green of Guardian, and then I forget who was it that backsmacked him and grabbed the his neighbor.
It was neighbor.
Yeah. I think it was TD. I think it was TD versus BTH, and grabbed the ball and got it with 3 seconds left.
Clutch as shit.
That was probably one of my top moments, to be honest with you, especially of Halo 3 days. And that moment, I actually remember watching that too on the broadcast, and that kind of just stuck with me just a little bit.
Where you could just go, oh shit!
That's literally what happened. To be honest with you, I kind of not really jumped out of my seat, but I was just like opening my mouth and like, holy crap, that really just happened. So that's probably one of my top moments for sure.
That was a great moment. Great moment for really both teams because like the excitement alone, like even if you're in that situation and the other team gets that clutch moment, like everyone's hearts are pounding. Like even my heart was pounding in that moment, watching and I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like
it's like the adrenaline rush, especially of competing. I kind of like again. I wish I would have gone to like a Halo 3 event because I was pretty good, decent or pretty good at the game. And I just wanted to have that experience at MLG because the AGL events are awesome, but you can't really compare them to like a huge event and on the main stage and stuff like that. So having that experience would have been really cool.
Definitely. So do you have any sponsors or anything to bring to the table for
Not really as of right now. I mean, I haven't really looked for any sponsors because of the team changes, the jumping from teams. We haven't found one, slash we haven't really been looking very hard. I haven't, at least, because like, usually you just try to brand your team and not really yourself, and it's kind of hard just to like, get a sponsor for yourself. I think if you haven't like played, especially at MLG. So hopefully, if I get a team together that sticks together, hopefully we can pick up some sponsors to help us fly out to like maybe some of the AGL events in the West Coast or something like that, and even the East Coast as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Also, do you have any shout outs?
Any shout? I mean, all the people that have been following my stream, especially, I shout out to all of them that still stick with me. I have some friends in the UK actually who watch my stream a lot. So
Nice.
yeah, so shout out to those guys for sure, and shout out to like my old teammates on my teams from Halo 3 who started it off, and I'm pretty sure they don't play Halo anymore. But shout out to them, and also like all of my friends who used to play Halo 2 got me into it. So because they were huge in the competitive scene actually as well with
Way
me,
back when.
and Halo 2 when they started, and then kind of just faded away. They kind of moved on with their lives, and I kind of stuck with it. So happy that they brought me to this point really, and they started off with me.
Like just like looking back to like talking to all the friends I used to game with and stuff,
Yep.
and they're like, "Hey, what you doing?" And I'm like, playing Halo 4 now." And they're like,
Yeah,
"What?" Like,
yeah. A lot of them like don't like they kind of knew I still play or knew or know about me still playing, but they don't follow it very much. So even when I cue them in a little bit, they kind of just like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, and then kind of just we talk about other stuff as well, like real life stuff that's going on. But it's so much fun playing Halo 2, going over to each other's houses and just landing and staying up all night playing freaking matchmaking. It was just one of the like couple of the best experiences of my life, really.
nice, yeah. So we're gonna open up to some viewer questions for the chat. I know we collected some from Twitter.
Yeah.
I just want to get that all into one little group. So while we wait for that, do you have any advice for any gamers that are looking to make the transition into competitive gaming?
So from like casual gaming to competitive gaming,
Definitely.
I mean, kind of just I'd say follow the streams, follow follow what people do, just kind of watch and learn. That's kind of how I did it. I mean, excuse me.
Look where you're at now.
Yeah, I mean, when I had the ability to watch like absolutely Chronic and everyone stream, because absolutely was able to go to a few of way more events than me, and able to watch him on Justin.tv and figure out like what he was doing, who he was playing with, and how he was communicating with his team. Kind of let me do my own thing and see what everyone else is doing, and also watching the MLG events. Watching the events is a huge deal because you realize kind of what the potential is out there and what you're kind of expected to do in certain situations almost.
Yes.
And practicing again, practice makes perfect, and trying to find people that you can communicate well with is also a great thing. So
Very cool. Okay. So we got one in the chat. We're gonna go to the Twitter questions here.
yeah.
So Scott Gandhi asks, what is your ideal Halo 4 team, and explain each pick? That's quite the question. So I mean, take your time with it.
Is that are we talking about like is it like a dream team, or is it like the people that I can team with as of right now, trying to team with, like, or is it my ultimate dream team for like Halo 4, like isn't like right now?
I mean, like, whoever your, I guess we can just go with whoever you think.
I can team with as of now, almost, or is that like I'm like who dream team of like any pro that as of who's here right now for Halo 4? Like,
let's get nostalgic. Just do any Halo player ever at any year. So.
Any Halo player for Halo 4. We're talking about for Halo 4.
All right.
I mean, it's any Halo player of all time. That'd be kind of hard because people are different and are good at different games. So that's kind of hard to do. But as of right now, okay, so this is tough. First of all, I think I would want to team with Snipedown, Eric, for sure. He's in Indiana, local like me, and I've always watching him, especially in like 2008 and 2009. Come up from Halo 3. I've always kind of wanted to team with him / play with him a lot because of his sniper skills and whatnot. His skill is just incredible. and
Yeah,
having that kind of slaying power in your team is always
huge
really, really
slayer.
nice. Yeah, it's really, really great. Second's probably Hines. Hines is a great team player. Like he throws himself out there to put himself in the best position possible. Like he's not really known for slaying, I would say, per se, but like his positioning and helping of his team is incredible.
Definitely.
I don't think it's really matched by anyone else. And
Yeah.
then fourth, I mean, I would say Pistola as well because he's also a great slayer and a team player,
Okay.
but he can really take a game on his back. It's kind of like Eric or Snipedown
Hmm.
can as well. So that would probably be my top team is Snipedown, Hines, and Pistola.
That sounds like a really, really stacked team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for here.
All right. So, let's see. Werner Wolfie would like to know how you got to be so good, seemingly unnoticed. So,
Like unnoticed by okay, so I'm not the best. I would say I'm not like that great, but I mean, just the playing, really. I mean, I just kept playing as much as possible and trying to get play against as many different people as possible, as many good people. Because I for sure got my my butt smacked by people in Halo 3. Early Halo 3. I would rage so badly. Especially I was playing on a big TV back then, but at the same time, I would rage so badly trying to play MLG and stuff like that, and just getting slaughtered. So I tried
yeah,
to just fix whatever was wrong with my gameplay and work with my teammates to try to improve on whatever the heck we were doing wrong and getting destroyed. So
hmm
I did that, especially watching films. Watching what other people did was a huge thing for me, and I learned kind of where everyone moved to, what everyone kind of did as power weapons were coming up, especially in Halo 3. And then I kind of just put that in my gameplay, and now I just kind of do it all the time. It's kind of just I don't really think about it sometimes when I'm
yeah.
playing, and it's just kind of almost automatic. So
So where did you learn to do that? Like to watch all the films and like analyze your gameplay. Like, was that just self-taught, I guess, or?
well, I mean, because I've been in sports my entire life. I'm still, as right now, I'm a college swimmer. So we always use video and stuff like that to work on what we're doing wrong. Especially when I was playing baseball and football a lot when I was young as well. And we used to use cameras and film to see what the other team was doing and what we were doing. And I kind of picked up on that. Like this game is kind of similar to sports in a little bit of a sense. So I
You can
kind of just
take
started.
things
Yeah,
like
it's the same kind of the same concept. So I kind of just tried to put it, and I just tried it almost like try different things and see if it worked, and it started to work out really well. So I just kept looking at films after every few games, especially the ones that I got destroyed on, and
yeah.
seeing what I did wrong and what the other team did right.
Okay. Nice. So that's some really great advice if watching here. Yeah, just in case nobody knows, you can post a comment if you've got a question for him. Got a few more Twitter questions. Wernie Wolfie wants to know how do you balance competitive swimming, school, and Halo?
Um, it's hard. It's freaking hard. It
Yeah.
really is. The best thing about it is that my coach allows me to kind of put my passion where I put like my passion, especially in video games and like the competitive scene, forward a little bit. And he allows me to do some of these things because I want to hopefully get an internship slash job in the competitive scene
Yeah.
eventually. So and building this up, doing competitive video games is a great way to get networking in the community as well.
Definitely.
So, and trying to balance it, it's kind of crazy because I mean, I have my school during the day and then I have practice 2 times a day, every day. And then I come home and especially when I was trying to do Nashville and NJ, I had a schedule, a strict schedule, had practice in the morning, school all day, practice again. And then I'd get on for practice for Halo, go to bed and literally do it all over again. And then my
Yeah.
weekends were kind of like my recovery slash I would play Halo all the time and try to go out with my friends and still have a social life. So
Yeah, I think that's really the tough part that a lot of people have is like
yeah,
keeping whatever their lifestyle is because it's usually either work or school,
yeah,
and then keeping Halo in between their social life
yeah.
and the other life. Like it's like one of the hardest things.
It really is. It's very tough sometimes.
Yeah. Um, So Warner Wolfie would also like to know what your view on Addy and other, I guess, drug abuses.
As of like, I feel like it is a problem in Halo. That
Definitely.
people use Adderall and Vyvanse towards Halo and just for that. Because a few months ago I was prescribed it because of like the amount of work I had to put into swimming, school, and everything like that. And I actually play worse on it when I play Halo. So,
Yeah.
because my mind moves at a very, as you can tell by my talking, my mind moves at a very, very quick rate, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard for me to focus. But when I'm gaming, it actually helps me a lot. It helps me to think about a lot of stuff at the same time. It helps me move, helps me shoot, helps me think about multiple things. And I really think that there is a problem with it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm not sure if the league should take a huge step towards doing drug tests towards the Adderall and Vyvanse and whatever else people are using these days.
Hmm.
But I do think that it is a problem, and that I think that it could be solved by either taking drug tests, but at the same time, I don't think that it'll stop people from, especially doing it online and whatnot. I don't think that
Yeah.
I don't think the leagues will take the time and the money to just, I don't know. You
Yeah.
mean just like take the time to drug test everyone that comes into the events? I think it'll just too much time on their hands. And I mean, if people want to do that to succeed and that's the way they have to do it, then that's okay. But I mean, personally, I don't do it for gaming, and
Yeah.
that's like because I play better without it. That's just the way I function, and everyone functions differently. And some people they play a lot great with it, and some people they don't. So
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really stop it though unless the leagues do anything about it. So my view on it is if it shouldn't really be used, but if people use it, I mean, I just have to beat them whatever way you can, really.
Yeah. Keep practicing, I guess. Practice twice as hard if you
Yeah,
need
that's
to, right?
literally. I mean, that's what it is. You have to if you're gonna be the best, you're gonna have to beat people that try to cut corners and whatnot. And uh, you know what? It just happens. And hopefully, your teamwork / your practice will overcome that in your shot in general. So
Very cool. All right. So one more question from Werner Wolf. He's very curious. So he wants to know how long have you been gaming overall? Like,
since actually 8 years, I think it's been 8 years. 2004 is when I got an Xbox. My parents actually it was for my. The funny thing is my brother had a LAN at my house, and my brother's not a big video game person anymore. He's actually in med school and doing stuff with that. But he had a Halo 1 LAN at my house, and like before Halo 2 came out, and it was so cool to watch. Like it was so cool to have like there was maybe about 8 TVs spread out throughout my whole basement, and they were all connected. And it was one of the coolest things to see all these people playing on all these TVs against each other because I didn't really see it beforehand. And
yeah,
then
it was
Halo
always
2,
one TV,
yeah, it was always
like,
one TV. Yeah, with anything, because like Super Nintendo and N64 and whatnot, it was always one TV. And then I saw everyone playing together on multiple TVs. I was like, "What is this?" And then Halo 2 came out, and my friends had it and whatnot. And so over the month, I convinced my parents to get us an Xbox and Xbox Live Gold, and
yeah,
kind of just took off from there. And I was addicted almost.
nice. Yeah, that's yeah, I think a lot of people can kind of relate in that same
Yeah,
way. That's kind of the generation that we're in now. Hopefully, I don't know. I can't wait to see the future generations to see
yeah.
where they, like I remember watching, oh, that interview with Junior and Snakes Solstice, man. That was fucking rad, man. They're
Oh
all
my God,
talking about us
dude.
and stuff.
I mean, it's hard now these days to like literally sit on, especially Halo 2 and Halo 3, when to sit and play for like 8 hours straight.
Yeah,
Like those games, it's a lot harder now that we're older, but it's still I try to put as many hours in as possible when, especially when I'm teaming with someone. It makes the
yeah,
drive so much easier to get on and play. And
yeah,
for anyone trying to get into competitive Halo, that it makes a difference to be on a team than rather to not be on a team because it makes your drive to play a lot more, and it makes you kind of want to get better.
makes you have
Just
something to, you
yeah,
know.
something to shoot for almost.
Mhm. All right. So we got a question from the chat. Invokester like to know why you beat him so bad. You're
Yeah,
playing throw dad.
I see that in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really I can't really answer that question. I've played so many freaking games that it's harder to put names with people anymore unless I play with them a lot. And
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't really tell you the answer to that one, my friend.
All right. So I think that's just gonna do it, I guess. We don't have any more questions. Any shout outs or any last advice you got for anybody
I
or
mean, just if you really want to get into it, into competitive Halo or even any competitive gaming, just play a lot. Play a lot, follow the competitive scene, try to put your voice out there, especially forums and whatnot. Try to watch streams as much as possible and just try to learn. That's really the biggest thing you can probably do is practice and then learn from the people who have been there before and know what they're doing. So
definitely very cool. Okay. So yeah, I mean both of our Twitters and our YouTubes are below our faces. So
yeah,
if you want to check that out, that'd be great. Thank you so much for your time.
appreciate it. I really
Hope
thank you for
to,
having me on here. I really appreciate it.
it's all about you guys, really is. So, hope to maybe play with you sometime soon.
Of course. I'm always
See.
on, so
So yeah. Oh, also the stream in Snake's stream is the same as his
my gamer tag, yes.
gamer
Yes.
tag.
I just changed it. So gotta get those people back that hopefully were watching me beforehand in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, so
Very cool. Okay, so yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks again, Snakes, for
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for having me on here.
Yep, and have a good night.
See you guys.